All right, good day, everyone. If you're just joining us, welcome to Yosh Tutors. And please don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'm still treating the topic media and culture in Nigeria. Media and culture in Nigeria. Two of our sessions, we've looked at it from two different points of view: representation of ethnicities in Nigerian media, and also the representation of languages in Nigerian media. However, for this session, we'll be looking at representation of culture in Nigerian media. Representation of culture in Nigerian media. Culture on its own is, like we'll always say, is a way of life. To some of us, we see it as the soul of any society. And in a country as culturally diverse as Nigeria, the media plays a crucial role in capturing, in preserving, and promoting its rich and vibrant cultural heritage. So, the representation of culture in Nigerian media is not merely symbolic, it is functional. And it helps to build national identity, foster social cohesion, and serve as a channel through which Nigerians at home and the diaspora stay connected with their roots. So Nigerian media, through both traditional and modern platforms, consistently documents the customs, the values, the artistic expressions, and lived realities of various ethnic groups across the nation. So one of the most vivid ways through which Nigerian culture is reflected in the media is the coverage of cultural festivals. Speaking of coverage of cultural festivals, these events serve as powerful markers of identity and community pride, where media coverage brings these colorful celebrations to national and international audiences, thereby amplifying their significance. For instance, the Agogo Festival, or the Agogo Fishing Festival in Kebbi State, is a spectacular event that features ceremonial fishing, music, and dance. It is frequently documented by the Nigerian Television Authority (NTA) and other media outlets. Likewise, the Eyo Festival in Lagos, a procession of white-clad masqueraders, attracts widespread media attention for its symbolic importance to Yoruba history and spirituality. So these televised and streamed broadcasts, not only entertain but educate viewers about the origins, about rituals, about relevance of these festivals, thereby preserving them for future generations. And in addition to festivals, the media also represents traditional practices. Representation, coverage of cultural festival is one of the ways through which the Nigerian media represent culture. The second one is called traditional practices, such as marriages, naming ceremonies, initiation rites, and other indigenous or indigenous customs. So these are often featured in news segments, in documentaries and reality TV shows. For example, a Yoruba traditional marriage ceremony shown on television would highlight the exchange of gifts, the role of elders, and the symbolic gestures such as the prostration of the groom, each act carrying deep cultural meaning. Similarly, documentaries on Igbo or Efik initiation rites serve to achieve and explain the roles of such traditions in socialization and identity formation. And in this way, the media acts as a living archive for the nation's intangible cultural heritage that can be easily transferred from one generation to the other. Furthermore, which is the last one we'll be looking at, is the popular culture. Popular culture. And speaking of popular culture, as seen in music, in fashion, in dance and film, has become a strong element of cultural representation in Nigeria. So the rise of Afrobeats, for instance, a genre that fuses traditional African rhythms with global pop and hip hop, has catapulted Nigerian music and culture onto the international stage today, particularly in this century, where you now see Nigerian artists like Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido, Tiwa Savage, you see them noticing that they are not just musical icons, but rather they are cultural ambassadors whose work is broadcast globally. And in the course of broadcasting their artistic work globally, it's beginning to showcase, or it showcases the elements of the Nigerian life, the elements of the Nigerian language, and also the elements of the Nigerian fashion. So local television stations today, music channels, and online platforms frequently feature music videos, they feature fashion shows, they feature celebrity interviews that promote both modern and traditional aesthetics. So the fashion segment, for instance, often showcases attire such as buba and shokoto, which is meant for the Yorubas, or sometimes you see buba and shokoto of the Hausa or Fulani, and the Yorubas are known with the ashwebi and gele of the Yorubas, and celebrating the ingenuity of the Nigerian designers and the cultural meanings embedded in clothing choices. Yet, the representation of the Nigerian culture in the media is not without its flaws. Urban and dominant ethnic narratives today often receive disproportionate attention, and this leads to the marginalization of minority cultures. So there is also the danger of cultural commodification, where sacred or deeply symbolic practices are overly commercialized for entertainment. So, nevertheless, the ongoing commitment of various media outlets, ranging from the Nigerian Broadcasting Commission's cultural programming mandates to the efforts of independent filmmakers and cultural journalists, and this has helped to ensure that the Nigerian culture remains visible, vibrant, and valued in the media landscape. And this is all stop for today. So, however, you have a take home, it's going to be our assignment, and it reads that critically examine how Nigerian media contributes to the representation and preservation of cultural identity through the use of specific examples from festivals, traditional practices, and popular culture to illustrate your point. Thank you very much. Again, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like, and share.